Clip.co University.
The question is, it's a statement really. I want faster edits. So let's talk about the dials or the spectrum of quantity versus quality.
Yeah. So faster edits, everyone wants more quantity, more quality. That's the golden thing. The problem is economics 101, we have constraints, not infinite resources here. So what dials are you turning? With our own content, we dialed up strongly the quality dial because we have a format that works. We started off doing like probably 2-day edits, and we realized like, hey, quality is a way for us to stand out. So we just kept turning that dial, and now we'll spend a week or more on particular videos.
Now we actually need to go in. We inflated quality so much that we now need to go in and take a look back at constraints and like dial our quantity knob back up and dial quality back down.
Right. So it's this constant battle of like, what is effective editing? It gets into like, okay, this 80-20 editing concept where like spend the bulk of your time at the start of the video because everything else is wasted if people keep scrolling, keep going on to other videos. Same idea is like within the edit itself, there are different editing techniques that take longer one more than the other. So it's like the default ideal is just like you on screen. That takes no time. It's just like, hey, if you have a good set, like show your face more. I think people are like, or editors especially, are inclined to like over edit. Like often just like have the person on screen and do like nice little like pushes in and out, and like you can have these like little zooms with some sound effects. Like there are easy ways to just make something engaging without having to spend a lot of time. The next level is like have some B-roll, which is like footage that's already shot, but it looks good. And then you just put that in the video over you to kind of like add some, make it more dynamic. But like that can just be, ideally real B-roll. So like if you're referencing World War II, it's like a real shot of World War II, or stock footage, which we generally don't like, but like you can put that in there. Super easy to do. Beyond that sort of B-roll, you start getting into like more motion graphics. So it's like having that like different objects on screen like move, add some motion to them. And then there's the like super hard version, which is custom animation. And it's like creating some design from scratch, which honestly takes hours at least, usually when you're doing it. So it's like the last resort. You want to start on this side of the spectrum and then like dial it up to the custom animation.
We talked about the spectrum in another question module too. It's like on the two ends of the spectrum are also the two pieces of software. One is like a video editor in Adobe Premiere. They're working in a timeline that you would use to edit 2-hour-long movies. The quality end of the spectrum, I would argue, isn't perfect, but like pure custom animation, let's say quality, is an animator working in After Effects who is literally working and keyframing every single piece of animation. And each frame is 1/24th of a second. So you've got on the quantity end of the spectrum, somebody who's used to working on like a 2-hour-long timeline, working pretty fast, versus on the quality end, usually an animator who's literally in microseconds working through things. So like that's what you got to think about. And if you want to go for quantity, go to Premiere Pro first. If you need super custom craziness, go to After Effects first.
Yeah, I think kind of combining all those ideas, it's like if you're going to do After Effects and you want to stand out, which I think is just a good video strategy in general, do that in the first 3 to 5 seconds, like have something wow, but then the rest should be in Premiere. Like After Effects is only at the start of the video for most cases, unless you're like a tech company that wants to, do entirely animated stuff for their visuals. But other than that, pretty much should only be Premiere. If you're going to do After Effects, just really do the start.